I'm Howie with Hobie, and we're going to walk you through the installation procedure involved in outfitting your Hobie Compass with a Lowrance Fishfinder unit. So we've mounted the Lowrance transducer to the posts of the Lowrance Ready cover plate. You'll notice that we've left a small gap between the cover plate and the bottom of the transducer in order to let the transducer be completely surrounded by water and function at its full performance. What we prefer to do is start the screws with a screwdriver so you can make sure that you're not cross-threading as it goes in. Then you can come back and tighten it up with your drill. We've set the drill to about a medium clutch so we can be sure not to strip the inserts. You're going to create your 1-inch hole right in this flat here, and the included through-hole plug components with your Mirage Compass owner's packet to create a nice watertight seal where the cable enters back into the hole. First, you're going to want to put the rubber gasket over the transducer cable plug and slide it all the way down to where the wire is going to re-enter the hole. Now feed the head of the cable through the hole you've created and pull it all the way through. You're going to want to remove the solid plug from the through-hole plug. Slide the through-hole plug that's around the transducer cable up onto this. Now we're going to slip the backing ring for the through-hole plug over the head of the transducer cable, and it's a snug fit, so you're going to have to give it a nice firm push. Slide the backing ring all the way up to the back of the through-hole plug where you're going to thread it on. The last hole you'll need to create to complete the installation is a 1 3/8 hole in the location where the transducer cable as well as the power cable are going to exit the hole to plug into the head unit. I prefer to mount my Fishfinder on the right-hand side of the boat, but I suggest sitting in the seat and figuring out where you'd prefer your mounting location to be. We're going to sit our battery right in the lip of this 8-inch round hatch in the center of the boat. You won't need that much cable since the location of the battery is pretty close to where the head unit's going to be mounted. Clean up the cable and use a couple of the included zip ties to tighten it up. One neat option would be adding a rectangular hatch kit in the center here, which would allow you to then move this round 8-inch hatch up to the bow of the boat where you can house your battery and create some more storage in the center of the cockpit. The pigtail wire included for powering up your Fishfinder to the battery is quite long, and since your head unit's going to be mounted pretty close to the seat, you won't need the whole length of the pigtail wire. I like to take out about an arm's length and cut it there. Strip off some of the casing on the wire. You're going to want to leave about a 1/2 inch of exposed cable. If you decide to not use the fuse, this will potentially void your Lowrance warranty on the unit. You'll have to strip a little bit of the extra casing off of the fuse cables to get them up through the watertight crimps that we use in the Lowrance Ready install kit. These crimps have dielectric grease that oozes out of them and acts as an anti-corrosive mechanism on the wire. Depress the orange button on the crimp until you see dielectric grease oozing out of the bottom of the crimp. This will ensure a nice watertight seal on your fitting. Since you've got both the power cable and the transducer cable exiting this 1 3/8 hole that you created, you're going to need to find 2 through-hole fittings that make a nice watertight seal around the cables. Now the transducer cable is slightly larger in diameter than the power cable, so it's going to be two different plugs. Smaller one around the power cable, slightly larger one around the transducer cable. You're going to want to remove two of the solid plugs from the three-way plugs. Keep one of the solid plugs in for a watertight seal. Slip your gasket over both the power cable and the transducer cable. You want to make sure not to over-tighten the screws holding the three-way plug onto the side of the hole. So what I like to do is use a drill to install the screws about halfway and then come back with a Phillips head screwdriver and finish off the job, making sure that I don't over-tension the screws. We're using a 1-inch Ram trackball in the factory installed H-track on the Compass. Slide it into place, tension it down, and then your Ram Fishfinder mount plugs right onto that. The head unit plugs right into the top of the mount. All it takes is a nice firm click into place to start, pull the handle, and slip it off. Before you hit the water, make sure to charge your battery up all the way. This is a smart charger, and a red light indicates the battery's charging. Once it's finished, it'll turn to a green light and switch to trickle charge mode, at which point you can remove the battery from the charger and plug it into your boat. You'll be ready to go. With the addition of this Lowrance Fishfinder unit, your Hobie fishing experience just got that much better. Now you're ready to go catch them, and don't forget to share your trophy catches with Hobie Fishing.